Rich rise, grand rise, glory be to God. Hallelujah, and praise is due to the Most High for waking us up this rising. I had a dream. It's not important right now. When I woke up, I kept hearing "Oh Taste and See," right? And then after hearing "Oh Taste and See," I kept, which is, mind you, I heard it from a song called "Good and Plenty." I kept hearing the song over and over again, right? But I knew that's not where it came from because I felt like I literally, again, I have uh, what was I about to say? Kinesthetic. I have a idyllic memory. So I remember reading it. I saw it in my mind's eye. So I was like, where did I see this? So I went to the Bible and I found that it was in Psalms 38, right? Which I just read Psalms 38 was it right before I went to sleep? Day before? Anyway, I've been reading the Bible so much I can't remember. Um, so I read that and God said, go back to it. And it says, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. And I was like, okay. So then God said, he led me down a path, right? And I ended up down this path where my mother's name ended up coming up. Not her name, but her nickname from her childhood that people used to call her, right? And so God said, look it up. And I looked it up and I didn't find anything. So then God said, look up her real name. And I was like, well, I already know that the name she goes by now means to bind. And God said, okay. Because mind you, God told me to do this years ago. Years ago, I sat down with a notebook and every single person that God was bringing to my mind, I was looking up their name so I knew their purpose, right? And what they were intended to do in this matrix, right? So God said, okay, look up her last name, which is funny because I looked it up before and I got son of Hood and got, or was it Hood? Son of Hugh. And God said, okay, did you ever look up Hugh? And I was like, damn, I didn't, because normally I would, but I didn't. So I looked up Hugh and it said heart, mind, and spirit, right? That means her name altogether means to bind heart, mind, and spirit. My mother's been binding me my whole life. So I looked up my stepfather, right? Because I ended up going back to Psalms and I was like, who was God talking to when they talked about this in Psalms? He was talking about King David, right? So now we were led back to, again, my parents, right? And it was talking about his personal experience with God's protection. Okay, so I went and read what David means, and David means beloved one, but we know that. So I was like, no, there has to be a deeper meaning because he's not the beloved one of God. He may be but the loved one of the Lord, okay, whatever they be serving, but definitely not God. So why am I here? David means uncle. I'm not supposed to know why that makes any sense, but it makes fucking perfect sense that my uncle and my mother are trying to bind me. Huh.